Welcome to episode 23 of A New Way to Love, Live, and Lead. I'm your host, Cheryne Blom, a master coach, author, speaker, and the founder of the Self Mastery Hub, your center for self-inquiry, healing, and growth. This podcast is here to remind you that midlife is not a crisis. It is not the end. It is a climax and the turning point, a remembering and a moment to make this your best chapter yet. We are going to awaken your inner mastery so that you can master your midlife, no matter where you are along your path. And this season, we've been exploring one core truth. Self-connection is the foundation for everything. How we love, how we lead, how we live. And today's episode brings it all together. Today we are talking about connection in action, how to use the 7 stages of connection as a practical roadmap and take your inner wisdom and turn it into confident courage. As we come closer to the end of season 2, we are going to bring all the elements that we've been talking about together so that you have a practical plan to commit to your self-connection. Because after more than 20 years of coaching and through my own personal struggles, I've noticed something profound. When we feel uncertain, when we feel anxious, when we feel disconnected, stuck, or afraid, we look outside of ourselves for answers. We look for gurus. We look for tools, for reassurance, for validation, for healing modalities, for someone, anyone, to tell us what to do. We might even go to a clairvoyant, hoping that someone else can see our future more clearly than we can. And I want to say this with deep compassion because I've done it too. The central truth of this podcast and the heart of today's episode is this. Everything you are searching for already exists within you. True empowerment doesn't come from more information. It comes from self-connection. Being connected to your body, your emotions, your intuition, and your inner wisdom. The intellect or the ego will always search outward. And the more we search outside, the more empty and clouded we feel. The real training, the real mastery is learning how to turn inward, listen, and trust what you already know. Even spiritually, even bring the idea of God or Christ or Source. Imagine living with the knowing that God is within you, that this life force, this intelligence, this love lives inside of you. There would be nowhere left to search but inward. And that's what we're exploring today. So let's get real for a moment. I want to give you a real life example of what usually happens on a day-to-day basis. So let's take this scenario. Imagine you are waiting for a message. You've maybe had a difficult conversation with someone that was incomplete. The conversation ended without an answer, and maybe you've sent them a message and you are waiting for their response. And in this waiting, you notice your body tighten, your thoughts start racing, you start second-guessing yourself, and you start to think, did I say something wrong? What if I made the wrong choice? What if we cannot resolve this? And you begin to feel your body getting anxious. And quickly notice those anxiety signs we have spoken about in previous episodes. You can hear yourself worrying, anticipating, predicting, catastrophizing, ruminating. Remember, those are the 5 faces of anxiety that we've spoken about already. Now, this moment is incredibly human. This is our nervous system kicking in to protect ourselves. It's the ego serving ourselves. And notice what happens next. You start analyzing, replaying, asking other people for advice, looking for reassurance, checking your phone, second-guessing yourself. Your nervous system is activated. You are in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. This is disconnection, not because you're broken, but because in this state, your system is no longer listening or tuning inward. You're searching for certainty outside of yourself because you don't feel safe inside. And here's the key. When the nervous system is dysregulated, the wisdom center goes offline. You don't lose your intuition. You lose access to it. Now let's imagine responding differently, using the tools we are discussing. You pause, you breathe, you bring your awareness into your body, you soften your shoulders, you slow down your breath, you regulate your nervous system. And from that place, you ask, what do I feel? What do I need? What feels true for me right now? Nothing outside changes, but everything inside does. And suddenly, magic, clarity emerges, calm returns, confidence stabilizes. This is self-connection in action. Regulation is the key. And this is exactly why the self-connection roadmap matters. Because without these layers, we keep outsourcing our power. We keep searching and we keep abandoning ourselves unintentionally. So let's bring this all together. Again, I'm going to outline the 7 stages of self-connection so we can practically put this in action. First stage, self-awareness. Noticing when you're triggered. Recognizing when fear, not truth, is driving your response. It's so key. We do not want to go down that fear rabbit hole. We have to pause, and that starts with self-awareness. Next, self-control. Regulating your nervous system so you can respond, not react. Remember, we want calm before clarity. Third, self-respect. Honoring your needs instead of overriding them. No more self-abandonment. No more people-pleasing. No more overgiving. No more focusing on other people's needs. This is self-honoring you, regulating you. You are only responsible for you. And that takes us into the 4th layer, self-trust, believing your inner signals, listening to your intuition and acting on it. And the more we trust ourselves, it takes us into the next layer of self-worth, remembering you don't have to earn your value. You are already enough. And it goes beyond that because your truth is your truth. It has nothing to do with worthiness. You remember that you are born worthy. There's nothing to prove. And that allows you to go into the next layer, which is self-compassion. Meeting yourself with grace, not judgment. Detaching from stories and forgiving yourself. And then we go into self-expression. Communicating your truth with clarity, confidence, and courage. When these layers are integrated, self-connection becomes who you are, not something you do. And this is self-connection in action. This is living with calm, confident courage. And here's the truth I want you to remember. The intellect, remember the ego, will keep searching. But wisdom lives in stillness. Confidence isn't built, it is accessed. Clarity isn't forced, it emerges. And empowerment doesn't come from becoming more. It comes from coming home to yourself. So take a moment today and ask yourself this powerful self-reflection question. Where in my life am I still searching for answers outside of myself? And what might change if I trusted my inner wisdom instead? Let that question land in your body, not just in your mind. Feel the power of that question that takes you into your body. And here is the self-connection practice of the week. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take 3 slow breaths and gently repeat. I am safe within myself. I trust my inner wisdom. I am coming home to me. This is the practice. This is the work. This is the way. Before we close, I want to take a moment to speak directly to you. I hope this season on self-connection has supported you and that you've gained insight, awareness, and practical tools to begin shifting patterns in your life. And if you're being really honest with yourself, if you're still feeling stuck, if you can see the patterns but struggle to change them, if self-doubt or old habits keep pulling you back into inaction, this is where one-on-one coaching can be transformational. I've been coaching for almost 20 years, supporting people all over the world, and I can confidently say this. One-on-one coaching is where the real magic happens because it allows us to step into your personal world, to gently uncover blind spots, to work through those pesky, familiar patterns that keep repeating, and to create a grounded, realistic plan together that helps you move through doubt and into confident, aligned action. You don't have to figure all of this out alone. I am here to support you. If you feel called to explore what personalized support could look like for you, I invite you to book an initial meet and greet call with me. There's no pressure, just a conversation to see whether working together feels aligned. You'll find the link in the show notes. And remember, seeking support isn't a weakness. It's a powerful act of self-connection and self-leadership. I would love to be your guide on your journey back home to you. And if you didn't grab my special gift for you last week, make sure you grab it in today's show notes because I have a self-care playbook that is going to help you unpack and plan and strategize and systemize your self-care. So it's not just something you think is great for you to do, but it's something that you can commit to and actually create structure in your life and clarity. So grab your self-care playbook in the show notes of this episode. And please remember to subscribe to this podcast. That means that every week you will get notifications of the new episode, and it will also help this podcast gain extra reach. And we can work together to spread this empowering message to as many people as possible. So be sure to send this to a friend as well who is ready to stop searching and start trusting their inner wisdom. Thank you for joining me on a new way to love, live, and lead. And remember, you are not too late. You are right on time. And your best, most powerfully connected chapter begins right now.